All right, welcome to yet another practice session. This thing is already flipping forward. The last of the series of these practice sessions with the tuba and the Roshu and the Terrell. Roshu and Terrell are great because Terrell mostly deals with mechanical, technical, while Roshu deals with more artistic, more lyrical. So they're great contrasting pieces. Unfortunately, they're only for tuba. Roshu, I think, is for like low brass too. So every single instrument has its own etude collection that is really great for them. Practice log. Always sign your practice log. Okay, today I'll be doing the same thing I did yesterday. Roshu and Terrell 13. And time. Yeah. Fantastic. All right, perfect. Good. Let me put this over here so the wind doesn't flip it my way. So tomorrow is actually the final test for the semester for my school, and I'll be performing both Terrell 13 and Roshu 13. So today I really have to clean up all the parts that are really stopping me from continuing the completion of the song. So when I start from the beginning, or rather the completion of the song, when I start the song and I start from the beginning and I go to the end and there's some areas that are stopping me from going forward, those are the areas that I need to focus on the most today. That cannot happen where I stop because of one note or because of one rhythm or something like that. It has happened recently, so today has to be the final day for that. And then another thing that needs to happen today is going from, I gotta figure out which one do I want to start out with first. I'm gonna give it some thought. As I'm practicing it, I'm gonna see if I want to play the technical piece first, or if I want to play more the lyrical one first. Does it even matter? I don't know. So maybe it does, I don't know. I'm guessing if I start with the Roshu, which is the one that I feel most confident with, I'm gonna feel more more encouraged. I'm gonna say, oh man, Roshu went very well. So Terrell, this is the final breaking point, and now this is like the point in which I leap from one space to another in great motivational power, I guess. If I start with Terrell, which is technical, and I'm not really 100% confident with, and I do bad, that's kind of lower my morale. And when I go to Roshu, I might not do so good. However, it might work out psychologically where I start with the worst one and I say, okay, that was pretty bad. Things didn't come out the way I wanted, but now I have a chance to redeem myself with Roshu and end on a good note. So these are complicated things that I don't think it really matters to the end, but I'm gonna have to give it a chance. I have to just practice it because the way that it comes out tonight, most likely is the way that's going to come out tomorrow. I'm going to wake up extremely early tomorrow. I will not record that session because, like I said, this video that I'm doing right now is going to be more or less the same as the previous one. It's just me going from the beginning to end, cleaning up everything. I'm not really learning. There's not really anything that you're going to learn from this other than, wow, it does take a lot of time to, master a song. It really does take a long time. You have to be very dedicated towards it. So anyway, enough talking. So again, every practice session, make yourself a goal. What is it that I want to achieve today by the end of this practice session? And if I can't, that's okay. I'll leave it for the next day. But make yourself a goal. Today's goal, Roshu 13, Terrell 13, perfect. Okay, no stopping points. No stopping points throughout. The stopping points have to be eliminated today. It doesn't have to sound perfect today, but those spots have to be just eliminated. All right, warm up. As you can see, I'm in my barn again, so there's a lot of echo, which is going to be similar to what the concert stage is going to be like. You want to try to emulate that experience as much as possible with what you have. I can also actually, now that I think about it, I can actually wake up really, really early and go to my college and play in the same area that I'm going to be performing in. So that's not actually a possibility, but I don't want to wake up that early, to be honest. I think this is good enough. All right, here we go. Just warming up a little bit. Perhaps too high for a warm-up. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. So again, once you're done with the song, what you want to do is do a run through of everything. If you're playing 2 songs, 3 songs, 4 songs, do a run through of the whole thing, and then analyze, okay, these things need to be worked on. Okay, make a goal for yourself. Very, very boring to just pick up your instrument and just do whatever. I'm gonna put my page to page 40 or page 50, I don't know. And then just try to do it from then. There's another thing that I do is I make a playlist on YouTube and I just jam out, you know? I put like backtracks, backtracks, that you can use pentatonic scales, and I just play and have fun, but regardless, that's planned, right? Practice, the way to get better with practice, not just randomize. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I think it's gonna make me better. No, analyze and make sure that you know that that's gonna make you better. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna play Terrell first, and then right away I'm gonna play Roshu, which I guess I should put it in their sleeves so the wind is not a problem. And I can just flip from one to another. I'm gonna cover you for a second. All right, here we go. and I'm going to take it out of the sleeve so that when I flip the page, it doesn't affect the recording. All right, here we go. Back to back. Terrell, then Roshu. Let's do it. I'm excited. All right, here we go. Now it needs to be like more this way. Yeah. No, yeah, no, a little higher. See my face. All right, there we go. Now I can see a little better. Okay, here we go. Run through Terrell and Roshu. Right, and that'll be it. So there's a couple of notes that I missed on the Roshu, but to be honest, even today actually I played it for my teacher and he was like, "Yeah, that's good to go." There's a couple of areas again that could be better, but I don't want to waste time on that. To be honest, I need a lot more help on the Terrell. So, what did you think? What were your opinions about it? Was it musical? Did it have good quality? The sound, did it sound good? Do you think that I was in the mood for the Rashu? Was I in the mood for the Terrell? For the Terrell, there was one area that I missed completely, the rhythm, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. I don't think, to be honest, that's the problem. I think it's the areas that are before it that are getting me to think that the road goes from here to here, but with these musics, the road can go from here and then go to here and then go to here. So you can't get used to one rhythm all the time. You have to, be able to adapt to the new rhythm when it happens. So again, all the sheet music will always be provided on the comment section so that you can just see it and follow along with what I'm doing. So I'm going back to Terrell. Roshu I'm not working on. Roshu I'm only gonna do with run-throughs, but Terrell is really the one that's giving me the most trouble. So that's the one that that's the one that I need to work on the most. Kind of like cut your losses kind of thing. All right, so here we go. I'm starting on Terrell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, line 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Line 9, measure 2. The quarter note's not giving me a problem, obviously, but then it's the following 5 notes that are giving me the problem. That time I played it right. There are some triplets that I'm playing too fast. I'm gonna take out the tie for now. I said I was gonna take out the ties and I didn't do it. With ties? I kind of rushed the last two or three notes, but that's okay. I'm gonna start on the previous line. Line 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Line 8, and then go to line 9 and see if I can play through that and not mess up. I don't know why, it's the same rhythm. the exact same rhythm as before. I don't know why I'm messing up on that line 9. Let me try it. Line 8. Okay, line 8 again. Line 8. Oh, I'm terrible. I don't know what happened to me. I'm just not focused. Line 8. Line 8. Sorry. You know, that whole section is very sloppy. Really, really sloppy. Let me try that whole section again. Again. Yeah. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, line 5, line 9, and the last line. Line 4, line 9, and the last line are the areas where I'm worried about the most. In fact, when I go through those lines, I'm kind of like this. Oh, please, let it happen. Yeah, so that's a good indication that I need to practice those areas the most. So line 8, and hoping to clean up line 9. Line 8 actually sounds like a mess too. Again. Oh, man. Line 8. No. Line 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, line 9. I think that sounded pretty good. Try it again. Ooh, I'm missing 2 notes, those B's. Not the last note, the one before that is a B, the one before that is a G sharp, and the one before that's another B. I'm missing those B's. All right, I see the problem. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th note is not B. Then the 8th note is G sharp. Then the 9th note is B. The 9th note is B. That's the one I'm getting right. But the 7th note B, I'm not getting right. I don't even know what I'm playing there. Yeah. That's the problem right there. All right, I'm gonna come back to that area. That's definitely needs work. There is one more section that I keep hesitating on. It could be because of a note or a rhythm. There's one more. Oh man, my butt already hurts. I can't find this area, so I'm gonna have to wait. Oh, let me just go to line 4 then. I'm gonna be going from line 4 to line 9. Line 4, line 9. Again, those are the areas that I'm like, please God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Line 4. Wait, I'm sorry. Line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Line 5. I'm sorry. Line 5. That line again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Line 5. Every time I tell you what line, I keep changing the number. Line 5. The problem with that area is that there's a lot of arpeggios, a lot of notes that are really separated from each other, and to try to get them, oh, and they're also happening very fast at different intervals. There's some like boom, ba bum, and then bum, ba ba bum, and then ba 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 ba, and then there's bum, 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 bum. There's all kinds of rhythms there, like any rhythm that you can imagine in 4/4, except for half notes, whole notes, and dotted half notes. It's there. 16th notes, dotted 8th notes, 16th by themselves, 8th notes, straight 8th notes, straight 16th notes. All the rhythms are there, just coming back, boom, 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 with different sequences. So it's difficult. Let me tell you, it's difficult. It's quite some work to do. Line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. Again. Starting over on that line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I just remembered the area. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, there are triplets there that I keep thinking that they are something else. They're 16th notes. I keep missing triplets and 16th notes there. That might be due to the print. It's too dark, and I think it's automatically 16th notes. So I'm gonna start in the same place, line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that whole area from lines 5 to the end, they're really, really high risk of failure. Bum bum ba 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 bum ba bum ba ba bee ba 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 bee bum ba 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 bee ba bee bum ba bee ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba bum. I keep missing some 16th notes with some triplets there. I'm gonna work on the last line now. Last line. So last line is funny because that rhythm there in the beginning, I sometimes mess up. I don't know why, and there's sometimes where I just play it perfectly. I have no idea what's going on in my brain. Measure 2 is, if measure 2 is good, measure 3 is bad. Sometimes I play measure 2 completely bad and measure 3 comes out good. I don't know why. And then measure 4 and 5 is just one straight, Measure 4 I think is pretty good. Measure 5 is really the one that's giving me trouble. There are some middle notes in the staff and the bass clef that are giving me overall just trouble. I've noticed that these notes are the ones that are giving me trouble the most. Anywhere from all cows eat grass, all those areas, all cows eat grass, and then boys do fine. That middle area of the bass clef, yeah, overall, it's giving me some trouble. All right, last line. Last line again. First measure only. Second measure and third measure. Missed one note. Measure 2 and 3 again. Last line, measure 2 and 3. Yeah. Measure 2 and 3. I did it, but it was not clear. I think I'm tonguing too hard. We're using not enough of the tip of the tongue. I think I'm using too much of the fat part of the tongue. There's a note there that the fifth note of that sequence That's the note that's getting me to go faster and kind of tripping me up. That's the note. All right, measure 2 and 3, last line. Ah, so close. Go. Oh, man. Perfect. It's like, I tried to play the whole thing, it doesn't sound good. I play it separately, it sounds perfect. I've memorized it. All right, measure 2 and 3. Come on. Good. Again. Maybe I should do it with my eyes closed. Not as clear as before, but definitely it's there. When I come back to it, it's not gonna sound good. That's the problem. All right, last 2 measures. Last 2, oh my goodness. I'm gonna do it very slow. Again. Can't mess up on the easiest part of the whole thing, which is the last 5 notes. All right, water break. Today I have a piece of pie waiting for me at the end of the 45 minutes or maybe an hour. Let's see how long I can hold. I've been doing this for already 30 minutes. So yeah, I think 15 more minutes or maybe an hour left, and I think I'll eat my apple pie. And that's gonna be my reward, and I'm gonna get all pepped up. It's gonna feel really nice, and then I'll be able to practice some more. I know I should be having healthier things at this time, but you kind of need to draw a little bit of boost wherever you can find it, whether it's healthy food, unhealthy food, or like I said last time, video games, or I don't know, perhaps reading, perhaps exercise. But if you are mostly a wind player and vocalist, make sure that you warm up and you do your proper procedures, right? All right, last 2 measures. Oh man, same speed, slow. Last 2 measures. Sloppy. You know what I'm going to try to do? Another thing that I could suggest you whenever you're having trouble with, let me see if it comes out. Some things work, some things don't work. You just want to get it inside your muscle memory so that it just plays itself. You don't have to do anything at all. It's just, that's it. It doesn't. So this time what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to go backwards. As in, like, I'm going to play the last note, then the note before that and the last one, the note before that and the last 2, like that. I'm going to play the last note, then the one before that, and then the one before that, and the one before that. But every time I add a new note, I'm going to go forward. So I'm going to give an example. So last note. Last 2 notes. Last 3 notes. Last 4 notes. Last 5 notes. Last 6 notes. I did didn't feel comfortable with the last 6 notes, so I did it again and again until I got comfortable with it. I'm gonna do it again. Last 6. Last 7 notes. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. That's the one. Ah, nice. Last 7 notes. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 8 notes, sorry. That actually sounds pretty good. The lower notes are kind of like the quality's kind of suffering. But the middle notes, which is the ones that were the ones that I was concerned with the most, are actually pretty good. All right, so I am going to go and go to the bathroom. Actually, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna come back. Sorry, bathroom break. All right, I am back. I've already taken my bathroom break and my food break. So, not sure if it really helped out a lot, but the last 30 minutes of the session, guess I should warm up just a little tiny bit. Empty out the tubing. Right, the one that I keep emptying out is this one, just so you have an idea every time I go down here what's happening. All right, here we go. Line 5, I believe, line 9 and line 10 were the big problems. So let's see if they remain as problems. Beginning. Okay, so a couple of good things, a couple of bad things. Again, there's an area there that I messed up now that I've never messed up on. It's one of those things that sometimes, again, like it's getting late right now. My brain is just, I've been awake now for, I don't even want to waste time on that. Definitely more than 12 hours, though, I gotta tell you. So, people do get tired. However, that's not always an excuse. Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to practice. No, you got to practice some. Okay, even when you're tired, you got to practice some. I'm tired and I'm still here. So practice, practice, practice. Don't give yourself any excuses. The area that I messed up on. One, two, three, line 4. Line 4 is when I don't know why. Let me try it again. I think it was just a one-time thing. Who knows? Maybe you miss one note, maybe you miss one rhythm, mess you up the whole thing. Line 4. Sounded good to me. Much better. There's two spots where it's not that perfect. But again, I'm not trying to really, really get those perfect today. I need to just focus on those lines that are stopping me from completing the song. There is one note that I cracked. I don't remember which note, but let me try line 4 again. Just whatever. Oh man, that part, I don't know why, it's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Line 9. Measure 2. Line 9, measure 2. Nope. Line 9, measure 2 again. Line 9, measure 2. Start with the right note. That's right. All right, the last two measures of the entire song. Last line, last two measures. It might have sounded good to you, but it was actually pretty bad. Last two measures again. The 1, 2, 3, the fourth note, I'm holding a little too long, I think. No. Oh man. You gotta understand that whole sequence, that whole last two measures, is basically almost 2 octaves. It's 2 octaves minus one note, is what it is. So, and it's 16th notes. And it's not, it goes from arpeggios to more of a scale like pattern. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. I don't want to throw any excuses out there, but it's hard. You know, it's very, very hard. You gotta be right on the money with the fingers and with the tongue and with the air and with your lips. So going back to line 9, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I want to start on line 8 this time, so that I can go into 9 and figure out what the problem is with that specific rhythm. Keeps happening throughout, and I keep getting it right. But when it happens there's where I mess up. I don't know why. All right, line 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a part there that goes. I'm going so high, and it's like the difference between one note and the other is like moving this lip from here to here. I know I didn't move anything. It's like that. It's like really, really slight. Line 8, line 9. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Actually, that was really, really good. All right, emptying out the tubes. Sorry, it's not supposed to be that. Other tube. Yep. And I haven't checked this tube in like 3 days. Let me just check this one. Nope, nothing. This is my longest tube right here. Bigger than my head. Okay. Stop wasting time. All right, and okay, good. All right, I'm gonna do the first line only because there's a rhythm there that, you know, the measure 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that I'm not really comfortable with. It's not gonna mess up the whole song, but I just want to like practice it a little bit. There it is, beginning. Not very clear, but I got it right. When it goes bum beam pa bum pa 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 beep pa 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 beep pa bum, that high note, I think I should make it a little longer, cause to make contrast between the short notes and the long notes, let's make that note longer. And I'm actually gonna write it down right now, cause I think that's one of the little details that I think people will like. So between the short notes and the normal notes, make sure that there's a difference between normal and long. Oh, and normal. Short and normal. Ouch. All right. First line. Try it again. Beginning. I did it right, but the pa 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 beep pa wasn't too clear. That's okay. I'm not looking for absolute perfection right now. I don't have time to look for absolute perfection. Not at this moment. My test is tomorrow morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, line 5. Line 5. I'm going between these lines so that I can just make it as fluid as possible. Line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I felt really comfortable with that. You can tell that there's some notes that are kind of nasty, but other than that, I think it's getting better. I definitely feel more comfortable. I don't know if to you it sounds better, but for me it feels very comfortable. All right, the last 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is it. These are the lines that are giving me the most trouble. Last four lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Again, some good things, some bad things. Last line, measures 2 and 3 were really good. Then the last two measures, when I climbed bum, beam, ba bum, and I missed that high note, I'm like, forget about it. It's not gonna come out right. Last line, last line. Last line, last line. You know, I think I'm pretty satisfied with that, to be honest. I think I'm pretty satisfied. The goal for tomorrow for me is to not stop. I cannot stop. If I stop, that's gonna lower my morale a lot, because usually that's an indicator that I'm not ready for this. But I need to be because it's my final. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to run through the whole Roshu, the whole of Terrell and the whole Roshu. And let me get the paper situated so that happens as fluid as possible without having to move the camera during that space. Okay. You know, I'm not really scared, afraid, anxious. I just want to feel great at the end of this performance. I want to feel like, okay, I did my best. You know, that's really all I want to feel. If I mess up a lot of times, you know, to be honest, I don't really care for the grade, for a good grade or a bad grade. I don't care what grade I get. I just want to feel like, man, I worked so hard at this. That was my best with the allotted time that I decided to put on this music. You know, there's also no matter how much you practice, there's some things that you're just not gonna get. You're not gonna get at this moment because, you know, you have problems with your fundamentals, you have problems with your scales, you haven't mastered your scales yet, there's problems with air, there's problems with maybe the instrument. Usually you never wanna blame the instrument, but sometimes there's little problems in the instrument that you just have to compensate for, and you don't know that you have to do it. You don't know that you have to compensate for those things. So there's a note in my instrument, there's high G. Every time I play it, I feel really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. I think there's something mechanically wrong with my instrument that's messing up with that note. However, that's not an excuse to say, oh, every high G I can miss any high G because it's a problem. No, you still need to be able to solve it. So example, in my instrument, there's 3 ways of playing that G. There's 1 and 2, there's 3, and then there's 0. And I think there's like 1 and 4, I think. So there's like 3, so one of those ways has to work, okay? Okay, here we go. Run through. Terrell 13, then Roshu 13, back to back. Okay. So not my best run of the Roshu, but there are some things that I liked that I did this time around that I've never actually, well, not that I've never done, but that I don't usually do. So, example, the part that I start very, very slow and I go faster, I kind of like the way that I did that this time. It came out very, very nice. There are some notes in the fourth or fifth line that were not so great, and that caused the whole phrase to sound not that great. But again, my focus is not on Roshu. Roshu, you guys, actually, you never heard how I learned Roshu, but you did learn how I learned Terrell, which is the reason why I keep going back to it. It's also a little more difficult for me. So now what I'm gonna do, last thing of the whole thing, is I'm going to work a little bit, just a little tiny more on those 3 lines, and I'm gonna call it a day. I think I did a pretty good job at completing my goal, which is, ironing out the music so that it's just all from, I can go from beginning to end. Right now, before it's kind of bumpy and I had to kind of like, it wasn't as smooth. But now it's not perfect, but it's pretty smooth, I would say. So starting with the last line. Last line is the worry for me because it's the last thing they're gonna hear from the Terrell. And I'm definitely gonna do Terrell first and the Roshu. I wanna end on that last beautiful note of the Roshu. I don't wanna end on that horrible note of the Terrell and be like, that was pretty good, but the ending was not good. All right, emptying out my tubes again. I know, part of the job. Last line. Terrible, so bad. Oh my god. One more time. Last line. Oh man, I missed one note and I messed up the whole thing. Last line. Perfect. The last 2 measures, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Last 2 measures. Nah. So again, to be honest, I just want to give up on it. I want to give up on the last 2 measures. However it comes out, it comes out. But again, I'm gonna practice again in the morning, really early, to try to just do a lot of runs. Line 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sounded really good today. Let's see if it still sounds good. Line 5. That sounded pretty good to me. Pretty good. Oh, and line 8 and line 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Line 8, line 9. Right? I'm not stopping anywhere there, so that's my main goal for today. Line 8. Let me fix something before I play it tomorrow. the beginning of, yeah, line 9, the first measure. Line 9, the first measure. I'm not playing that good. Better. Better. Run through. Run through the whole thing. Beginning to the end. You know, I honestly gotta say that that's one of my best runs for the Terrell. One of my best runs right there. With that being said, I think I want to quit right now in a good note. They say that whatever you do in life, you always have to end it in a good note. So if you exercise and the last exercise completely killed you, do an easy exercise and feel good about it. Right? That way, when you go home, you want to continue doing it. I don't really necessarily believe in that concept. I think we just have to, accept the reality that, we are good, but we are imperfect. There's little things we have to work on. So even if you end on something that is not particularly great, let's say, or makes you happy, I don't think it's really about what you feel about it. I think it's what the reality is. I feel good about this song, regardless of whether it was good or bad. I may end on a wrong note. Who cares? right? That's the reality. The reality is you messed up on the last note. Does it mean that you suck? No. Does it mean that you're bad? No. So, but for tonight at least, I do want to just quit. So this is the official end of this series, which is basically me getting ready for the jury for the test tomorrow, for the final test, which has me play Terrell 13 and Roshu 13. So I hope you enjoyed, you got something out of it. I hope that you saw how difficult it is just to master one song. I've already spent all these videos, and there is 3 plus tomorrow 4 practices that I did not record. Those practices, however, lasted around 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So I don't think it was worth recording. And plus, I didn't have the right equipment at that time. So yeah, so a lot of work just to work on one song, which is the Terrell. Roshu, you guys know that Roshu I didn't work on at all. I mean, I worked on it like before I made this recording series. But I do hope that you notice how much of a hard work it is to music. It's a lot of hard work, but it's well worth it because right now I feel so good. I feel so very, very good. These are the kind of things that make me happy because they have true value. These are the kind of things that, at the end of the day, what can you offer as a person? This is my talent. This is how good I am. So, without further ado, thank you so much for keeping up with all these videos for the tuba. This will be the last tuba video that I'm gonna do. I don't want to say this whole year. Perhaps I'll do one more. But I want to jump on other instruments like the violin, the guitar, the piano. And so you can see that, yes, I can play those instruments very, very well, just as good as this one. But again, I need to practice. It's not a matter of, hey, hop on the tuba and play me something. Play you what? What do you want to hear? I mean, and a lot of times I don't even memorize the music. If you ask me to play the whole music right now, this whole music, I would play you the beginning and then I have no idea what line 3, 4, and 5, memory-wise, I don't memorize music like this, There are certain instruments like piano that you have to memorize music. Guitar, good idea to memorize even though you don't have to, but when it comes to these instruments, we don't really memorize this music, even though it's all mechanically up here. So, see you next week. See you all at your houses. I hope you're doing very, very well. I hope that you continue to practice and work very, very hard. It's worth it. You can definitely do this. If you don't make a profession out of this, if you don't get a job or something out of this, that's okay. At least, again, you have something of self-worth, something that's actually valuable, that you can actually say, hey, this is something that I've worked on for years, right? The indentation in a sofa because you've been sitting on it, on your cell phone or watching Netflix or watching, whatever this or whatever that, that's not true value. That's something fun that you do, but there's no value in it. You understand? Music has value in it, a lot. And it's incremental. There's so many steps. After this, you're going to be able to do so many more things. So I will stop with my rant. Thank you so very much for keeping up with the series, keeping up with me. Goodbye.